All right. We are live. All right, so we're going live now on Facebook and YouTube. As always, we'll give it a little second to let everybody get in. I did a little promo, a little teaser earlier to get everybody in around 6:30. We sent a notification, a SOS to Plouffe if he jumps in and meets us later tonight, then so be it. If not, we will catch up with him on another day. But those of you that are watching so far, or if you're watching later at another time, thank you for joining us. Stefan, look like you out a little bit. You're frozen. You're stuck in the matrix. There you are. All right, you're back. All right. So this is episode number 4. Stefan and I were on last episode, episode number 3. So back-to-back episodes, we're going back-to-back. Maybe one day we'll get big enough and we can compete with Drake and Meek on stage one day. Listen, I'm trying to set high bars, high goals. How about this? Maybe one day the podcast gets so big, reach out to them and ask them to do the intro music. How about that? We use some of their music.
I don't think we got enough money for that.
Yeah, I know. But hopefully they watch the show and they're like, wow, I want to participate. They are so good. I enjoy their content so much.
I know a couple people I can do a nice intro,
All right.
but it's gonna have to do something with poker though. I'm gonna make it something crazy hot. So
Do some, maybe
gotcha.
some poker chip sounds from the beginning and then I don't know. I don't know. I'll figure
Yeah,
something.
no. Leave the
I don't
creative
want it to,
genius to me.
because this is more than just poker. I don't want it to just be a poker themed show. This is a lot bigger than just poker. We just happen um, to meet in a poker room and develop a friendship because of that. And that's the whole premise of this show. A lot of the people that I meet, either by working in the casino industry or by playing cards with them at the table. This is what this show is all about: meeting people, getting them on this show, and letting them tell their story, and hopefully inspire, motivate, and entertain some people along the way. So that is the name of the game. But like I said, if Plouffe gets the chance to join us tonight, that would be great. If not, we'll catch up with him another time. His name is Matt, but everybody calls him Plouffe. He and so he started pretty much in the poker games around the same time as I did. I think we were probably around the same age, and we started from the charity poker rooms, and I went out my way, he went his way, and everyone else went their other way. um, but he and I are kind of the ones that really, I guess, really took it seriously and didn't just look at this industry as being dealers and that's it. So he ended up working at a corporate entity. I'm not going to tell his business. If he wants to share that, he can. And then I came here to Maryland to MGM and worked and moved up the ladder a little bit. And so we have similar backgrounds as how our careers progressed. He kind of like followed his footsteps. He was doing it years before I was. And now he's an entrepreneur, kind of doing his own thing. And so am I now by doing this and amongst other things as well. So it'd be cool to for have him on, share his story, some motivation, inspiration, like I said, because I think sometimes in this industry we get stuck and you get complacent and you just want to be dealers for the rest of your life. But I don't think that everybody is it good money to become a dealer? Yes, but there's a lot more that you can do with your life than throwing cards at people and receiving $1 back for every hand that you deal. That's just the way that I look at life. I aspire to do a lot more than that. I know a lot of people are dealing and they're perfectly fine doing that and they're happy and they're content doing that. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, but I'm just saying that don't get complacent because it's fast money, easy money, you can pay your bills. So I think there's a lot of people that are sitting dealing cards and could be great supervisors, great managers, and great leaders, and maybe just don't push themselves because supervisors don't get paid as much as dealers do.
Some people are dealers because If they wasn't dealers, they'd be at home sitting alone, look staring at the TV, and they just the only way they can get friends and talk to people.
I mean, there's some people that are older, and
I wasn't talking about old people.
I know what I'm saying. There are people that are older. I don't know what avenue and what road you're trying to go down. I'm not trying to go down there. But there are people that are older that just want to kind of get out of the house and just continue to pay the bills. And they're pretty much retired and they just work part time. So I think it's a great gig to do that. But when you're in your like mid 30s and heading towards your 40s, I think there has to be a time that you're like, yeah, I don't want to deal cards for the rest of my life. If you're not having that conversation, then maybe you're happy and content with doing what you're doing, and that's perfectly fine. But for me, and I've had these conversations with a lot of the dealers, once you want to buy a house or things like that, it becomes very difficult because you're not really showing any money, no consistent money, no guaranteed money coming in. I think there's ways that you can go about doing that if you work with a tax person, but it's pretty difficult to do those type of things just by being a dealer. And maybe you get married and your significant other has money that they can report and things like that. But this is just me being me, wanting to inspire and motivate people to do a little bit more and not just get complacent and content because everything's like it's good. It's kind of like you can. I think you can attest to this because especially because you have children. For your kids, do you want them say they play sports and they get a trophy for like fifth place? Are you the type of person is like, no, I don't want my child to get a participation trophy. I want to get a trophy for
Yeah,
winning.
yeah. I'm
Yeah,
not that person. That's the
yeah,
way I grew up. I grew up. We only got trophies when we won. Whenever I never got the participation trophy growing up. I got a trophy when I won or MVP or something like that. I never. No, 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 never. I'm not letting my child take a participation trophy. I don't
yeah.
care what people say.
Yeah, so it's kind of like along the same lines. Yeah, you can continue doing what you're doing, and it's going to be fine, and you'd be content doing that. But do you want to just participate, or do you really want to like move the needle? Like, don't sit there and complain about this could be done. We could be doing this, and that. Well, you have the opportunity to. There's a job position open for you. There've been plenty of supervisors, plenty of rooms need supervisors that are experienced, especially right now. A lot of people are retired. A lot of people are have maybe died during COVID. No, it sounds terrible. It's a little morbid. I think there's a big need for experienced people, supervisors in poker rooms. At least in the poker rooms that I've been at, a lot of people.
You know what I tell people all the time, Claude. I said it's okay for people to be workers because everybody can't be leaders. The leaders and entrepreneurs, we need workers like y'all. So I don't hold conversations with people who say, or people who fight me or about being an entrepreneur, about owning my own business. I say, okay, I don't waste my breath. There's no need. I'm not trying to talk somebody into being something they're not.
That's true.
Either you're a leader or you're a worker. If you want to be a slave or you want to be the slave master, I mean, it's whatever. I don't like. It don't make no sense to me. But hey, that's why it's more workers than there is leaders for
Yeah.
a reason. Because everybody not cut to be a leader. Everybody don't have the mentality and maybe the education or the hustle what it takes to be a leader or own their own business because it's a lot of work.
Right.
A
Right.
lot of work.
Yeah, and we can tie it into what's going on right now. You can, it's just like pick your poison because both battles are going to be hard, right? You can be entrepreneur, a business owner, and everything's on your shoulders, or you can work for someone else. And it's like these automotive companies or employees that they feel like they're not getting paid what they should be paid. And these corporations are giving money to the CEOs and all the people up top, but they're not. It's not trickling down to the people actually really doing the work. So there's each side of the table has their own trials and tribulations they got to go through. It's just pick your poison, what you want to go through.
And the people as workers, they only can blame themselves because it's it's not the corporate people or the boss to give you more money. It's our job to make as much as money for ourselves as possible because we're doing all the work. I mean, y'all might be workers, but y'all wouldn't be y'all wouldn't have a job without us as leaders, us as entrepreneurs and owners of business. pushing the product, the years and years pushing the product, and getting patents or getting whatever for our product, so y'all can sell our product. So they're mad because they feel that they haven't been able to do just. But as a worker, that's your problem. You can't. You have to give what we give y'all. I mean, you can't complain if you feel like you're outworking what you're worth, but that's your job. You're a worker, so I mean, it's not your job to get. It's not my job to make sure you get paid what I get paid. That's never going to happen. You get the 1% of the profits was
Yeah.
left over.
Yeah.
Because there's certain it's got to be like the labor numbers and the profit numbers are totally two different things when you run a business.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I see both
So
sides of it. I see the sides from management, and then also see the sides from the people that are working, and they should be treated better, should be paid more in certain circumstances and situations. So I see both sides. We just gotta, I don't know. I think we just been the United States. We just been working and doing whatever has been working in the past, but now just going through the pandemic and everything, I think we're starting to realize like there is a lot of stuff that's broken and needs to be fixed. We can't just
now, see
continue.
the problem. The problem is minimum wage risen, so a lot of companies then 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 raise their normal wages for, on the same scale of minimum wages. Like if you were making $10, $15 more than minimum wage, now minimum wage went up, you're supposed to get a raise too. I mean that makes sense. If minimum wage went up, you should automatically get a raise to keep the pay scale above what minimum wage is. I understand that. So when you say you understand where people coming from, I mean the workers coming from. I understand that. Like construction workers are making minimum wage was like $10, and construction workers were making like $20, $25 an hour, and memories went up like $5. So I think everybody else should get that difference was like a $5 difference from minimal from what they used to make. So they should have got a raise. So I understand people are mad. They should be getting raises because
Mhm.
now the owners of the company is getting more from you than you're worth.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't know if you're paying attention to this these UAW negotiations with automotive companies, but definitely staying tuned to see what's going on because I think this is kind of play into other industries too, especially with the Hollywood strikes and all that that's going on as well. There's a lot going on right now. The government shutdown potentially looked like it's going to happen. There's a lot of stuff that's happening that, for me, especially if someone that involved in the stock market, it definitely pull the values of these companies down, which would be a good time for people that have money sitting on the side to start investing, and then hopefully when things start turning around, that's where people really make a fortune. So that's what I'm just sitting back and watching, observing, obviously playing cards during the week. But what I really think is where I'm going to really get out ahead is this business, invest in the stock market right now when times are rough, and then riding it out for the future when things level out a little bit and get a little bit better. And then, of course, poker tournaments every once in a while don't hurt to spike 10K, 20K, 30K plus every once in a while, right? Um,
Yep.
yeah, so I'm looking forward to that. But we did a little bit of heavy talk, a lot heavier than we accustomed to talking about. So let's bring it down a little bit and we'll get into the week two of the NFL. Um, so, before we dive into each game and we'll go over the top performers for each game for your fantasy wise and just who had the best games, how the best stats, best performers from each game, how did you think you go over your Eagles and I'll go over my Lions. How do you think you did this week?
Man, I was so happy they finally Swift got a good look and to see what he capable of. Man, I'm so happy. I'm just hoping. I like how the our new OC adjusted at the halftime and just ran the ball down their throat. Because previous years we did not run the ball. We was a passing team.
Hmm.
You don't understand when you have a run game where somebody can put over 100 plus yards a game. That's open up the offense so much, and I'm just glad. I just hope he continues running the ball. If DeAndre Swift continue running the ball, get 20 touches, 20 to 25 touches a game, he will be the rushing leader, leading rusher in the NFL. And just was a good look. We still have some kind of mistakes that we're making, but I'm glad we're making mistakes and we're overcoming them and we're still winning.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I mean, we got another. I want to say easy game coming up this week. We play Tampa Bay, but I'm just glad we're just continuing making we're making mistakes and we're winning and we're learning from 'em as we're winning. So because middle of October our schedules will get hard. We play like Dallas, Buffalo, Kansas City, Dolphins, the Jets. Got the real heart of our schedule. So yeah, I'm happy. People are down on Hurts. I said I don't care. He's still winning. Our defense, we have four stars out on our defense, and our defense is still we still looking pretty good. Our defensive line is stout. Oh my god, defensive line is stout. But overall, I'm just happy, looking good. Making mistakes, we haven't played our best games, and we're still winning. So yeah,
Do you Swift had 28 carries. That's a lot of carries. Now he obviously is not going to be able to do that on a consistent basis. So how many
why
carries?
not?
28.
I
He
said, I said between 20 and 25 carries, he'll have over 100 yards a game, and if he do that, and then he'll freaking. Oh my God, he's already. This is his first game started. He's already second or third leading rusher in the NFL right now. So
It's too early to
yeah,
make any statements or anything like about that. But I don't for when he was banged up a little bit when he was in Detroit. I don't know about his college career. I don't know if he's somebody that you can give the ball.
it was with Georgia. He was really good in Georgia. Yeah, he was the first round pick.
So is he somebody that was in Georgia? How they use him out of the backfield a lot, catching.
They were pass heavy. They was using both. He could catch out the backfield. He could do it all in the running back position.
Okay.
I'm just happy y'all let him go. That was stupid on y'all because my Gurry for y'all, he got hurt. And Gibbs, I need to start Gibbs too because I got him on my fantasy. So
They want to
two
pay.
of my fantasy
But
team.
they can get Gibbs for 3-4 years for cheap. So it's just about it's all about that. But no, I definitely didn't want to see him go. If there was some way to keep all three of them, that would be amazing just to have the depth. But I think that's too much, especially when they draft Gibbs number 12. They kind of at that point there's really no spot for Swift or Montgomery. One of them is not going to be able to be there. Um,
Yeah, y'all didn't get Montgomery to after y'all traded
oh, okay.
Swift though.
Oh, okay. Okay. But I don't know. I like Swift a lot. Like I said, I have a lot of coverage, for lack of a better word, with him on my fantasy team. So, like I told you, I was drafting 7 through 10. So he's pretty much on every one of my teams because he was always falling in that slot. So I love this. It's giving me some great depth. I'm just nervous. I don't know if he can do this consistent basis. I don't want him to run him into the
Oh,
ground.
he'll be okay. Gainwell's coming back this week, so
Okay.
like I said, he'll probably get like anywhere between 15 and 20 carries, hopefully,
Okay.
and continue to run the ball. So he should be do good. As long as he get like 15, 18 carries, he'll have over 100 yards. He should be okay.
Okay. All right. So here's the one thing that I do not like about the Eagles, and if this continues, I I don't see them winning the Super Bowl. AJ Brown acting like a diva. What's up with that? Just
That
because
was
he
one time. That was one time. Y'all making a big deal out of him complaining about him not getting a ball. He has a right to, but it is what it is. It's
do you
not.
think
It's
it's a
just
little bit of
one thing.
is it jealousy because Smith was over there cooking?
No, he just wanted the ball. He just wanted the ball. That's all. So it's not. There's one little incident. They want to blow everything out. I can't. He's not a To or a Chad Johnson or something like that. He's not that. He's not that type. He just one game. He the first week he didn't really get the ball, and the second week he wanted the ball more, and he didn't. So he had to talk to Hurts.
Okay. All right. All right. Well, we'll hit on that a little bit more. The reason why I wanted to have Plouffe on was for this moment. So he went to the game. He went to the opener of the Lions game, and I'm sure you probably heard that everybody was wearing the ski mask. So he took his son. They had their ski masks on. So I wanted him to talk about what was the experience like, the home opener, and just
Well, let him talk about it.
well, he ain't on today. So we'll have him.
Okay, we'll save it for another day.
Exactly. We'll have him on for another time, but I definitely will have him.
Yeah.
We'll discuss that. What's it like at Ford Field on this new wave? Well, I don't know. Maybe where I'm ahead of myself, but this is a good Detroit Lions team. But for some reason, when they play Seattle, it's just high scoring and. I didn't get a chance to watch the game. I just watched it in red zone, so I saw bits and pieces of it. So I'm not going to sit here and try to break
Y'all
down.
lost?
Yes, they lost in overtime.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I think.
Well, Seattle, they ain't no slouch. They actually has a good team, so
Do you like Geno Smith?
yeah.
I mean, he threw for 328 passing yards, no interceptions, 2 touchdowns. But like I said, we'll dive deeper into it. I know that we had a couple injuries as far as Detroit. I don't know if they're. I think there was their defensive back. He got banged up on one of the plays, but I don't know if he came back or not. So, like I said, I'll have
Yeah,
to watch.
CJ, see, y'all lost CJ for the whole year.
No,
Yeah,
are
he's going for the whole year.
are you 100%? Are you just guessing?
100%. He has a pictorial muscle. He pulled his muscle. Pictorial.
Oh man. Well, that's not.
I say, that's what he get. He should have stayed with us.
that's not, that's not good. Dang. All right. Well, let's dive into these games. We'll go in one by one. We're gonna start with the Packers at Falcons. Falcon. Before I go into the stats, what do you think about the Falcons? They real or
Yeah, they got a good running game. Run that ball, they'll be okay. Bijan is doing good. He
mm,
got. He was part. I picked like 4 or 5 plays for an anytime touchdown, and he got me a touchdown. And freaking Aaron Jones got hurt. That messed me up too. So Aaron Jones pulled a hamstring, so he could be out too.
mm, dang. Yeah, without Aaron Jones, they're gonna struggle to move the ball, I think. But Love, quarterback for Green Bay, he was 14 for 25, 151 yards, and 3 touchdowns. So 3 picks, but just not a lot of yards this game. Wide receiver for Green Bay, Reed, 4 receptions, 37 yards. He had 2 of those 3 touchdowns that Love threw. Reed must be a rookie. I've never heard of him before.
Yeah, he's a rookie.
Okay. Um, Atlanta quarterback, Ritter, 19 for 32. 237 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. And he also carried the ball for 39 yards, and he had a rushing touchdown as well. So he got some wheels on him too. There was I want to talk about Arizona running back. Now that I'm thinking about this, did you see that Dobbs run over the defensive player on his rushing touchdown?
Who?
Dobbs. We'll get into this. Arizona quarterback. I got to find this clip for you.
Oh yeah, I seen that.
Yeah, you saw that. I don't suggest him doing that ever again, but that was an amazing play by a quarterback. He was like Cam Newton out there.
Yeah,
Oh, you're not impressed, huh?
no,
All right. Uh,
it's Arizona.
all right, running back Robinson for Atlanta, 19 carries, 124 yards. He also had 4 receptions for 48 yards. So, like you said, that man he's a beast. Wide receiver for Atlanta, London, 6 receptions, 67 yards, and a touchdown. Moving on to the next game, Raiders at the Bills. Bills won 38-10. Bills got it together. Wide receiver for Las Vegas Raiders, Devontae Adams, 6 receptions, 84 yards, and a touchdown. Allen, quarterback for Buffalo, 31 for 37, 274 yards, and 3 touchdowns. He getting back to the Josh Allen we thought he was. You don't look too impressed though. You don't think he can
No,
consistently do this?
no, he's a turnover machine.
Yeah.
And I hate these Bill fans on Twitter that always talking about, oh, he's this, he's that, he's top five. No.
When he get it, when he play right, when he's not, he like to gamble. If he play cards, he
Man,
probably get it.
he's been in the league for 5 years and have 84 turnovers. It's ridiculous.
All right. Uh, oh, before, hold, let me finish this, and then we'll talk about this real quick. Um, Buffalo running back Cook, 17 carries for 123 yards. He ran the ball all over the Raiders. And Davis, wide receiver for Buffalo, 6 receptions, 92 yards, and a touchdown. But Colorado, did you stay up and watch that game?
Yes, of
Yes. You?
course.
I fell asleep. I was out like a light. What was
Deion Sanders is one of my favorite players of all times.
okay? Do you because he's been answering these questions about he's not interested in NFL. Do you believe him, or does he really want an NFL job?
I don't know. I thought he would go wherever his son is drafted and coach with his son. I don't know. I have no idea.
Okay, yeah, but it's a lot of
He
fun to
he also said he wasn't leaving HBCU, and he left HBCU. So
right. That's true. That's true. But I mean, his point that he made, he wants to coach young men. Once you get to the league and you're making all that money, you're uncoachable at that point. Um, do you believe
mm.
that, or do you? It's just an
But,
individual.
to a certain point, it depends on the person.
Yeah, yeah. Do you think the? I mean, not everybody in the locker room is making that type of money, right? Or do you think it's just one or two people, or it'd be difficult to win over a locker room and coach men making that type of money?
The league minimum is 900,000. So I mean, everybody's basically a millionaire if you're in the NFL.
Yeah, $1 million ain't what it used to be though. Shoot, after tax and everything, and then if you want to buy a place where you are, you got
Depends what state you're in.
true, true, true. Yeah, yeah. All right. We're moving back to the NFL. Uh, Ravens. So we're getting a little local. Ravens 27 at Bengals 24. How do you feel about these Ravens? You think they're
Ravens look good. Odell Beckham freaking messed up my parlay again this week. Jamar Chase messed up my parlay again this week again. Uh,
how many
Ravens
people
looking
you
real
got in your
good.
parlays? Maybe slim them down a little bit.
No, they was part of my they was in all of my parlays. I had like 4 or 5 wide receivers going for 100 yards, and Chase messed it up. Odell, I just need him to have like 50 some yards or something like that, or 80 yards or something like that. And he messed up my parlay. I mean, I do parlay if I'm watching. This is the game I was watching, so I did a parlay in that game. So yeah,
You
yeah.
did it. Also,
But
you also watched.
Yeah, Ravens look good. They the second best team in AFC this year so far.
Hmm.
They look good.
Okay.
Lamar looks MVP candidate.
All right. I haven't
Looks
watched any
good.
of the games. I don't trust. I trust their defense. I don't necessarily trust Lamar to make a pass when he really needs it. I know that's kind of always been the knock on him. I just don't think he's very accurate. I think he wants to run first, and I just don't think that can win a Super Bowl. That's just me.
Yeah, that's just you.
Yeah.
You're tripping.
Maybe I have more faith in the in like
Lamar's been throwing first this year.
huh.
Lamar's been throwing first this year.
Mhm. I have more faith in the, like a Niners or the Eagles. More so Eagles than I guess. Niners just have such a well-rounded team. They don't need to have the
Yo,
more.
Niners and Dallas had they first like 4 or 5 games been so easy.
Yeah.
Like
Niners Rams is
Cowboys
not
don't.
difficult. Isn't an easy win on the road.
That's division opponent. But the Cowboys they play Arizona this week, and
Yeah. Yeah.
then they play
Yeah.
New England, and then they play. I think they play us, and that's when their schedule start getting hard. They play after they play Arizona. They play New England. Buffalo, San Fran, us. When you go find out by the end of October, you're gonna find out where Dallas is. But I don't care. I don't care if Dallas win all their games for the rest of the season for the regular season. They need to win the playoff.
Yeah,
Dak is 3-7 in his career in the playoffs. Like, are you serious? Like, I don't care if I'm not worried about Dallas. I don't care about Dallas until the playoffs.
right.
It's gonna be the same old song. And then what's gonna happen is when Dallas losing the playoffs, all the Cowboys say the same thing every year. Well, we got more Super Bowl wins than y'all. This, that. I'm like, oh my god, that still suck though. You haven't been nowhere near an NFC championship since 25 years. I'm just waiting to the playoffs. They let you down every year. Regular season, they always do good. Then the playoffs, they just let you down.
Hmm. Hmm. Do you watch the Pat
So
McAfee show?
I don't like Pat McAfee. I mean, he's cool, but he's not. I don't. He's too much. He tries too hard.
I hear you. What? Let me ask you a question. What is the difference between us and Pat McAfee? What can he? What is he? What can he do that we can't do? It's a rhetorical question, but it's just something I want you to think about.
He has. He has. He has. He's more high profile than us.
Why? Because
That's
he
all.
was
Always,
an NFL player, right?
huh?
He was an NFL.
Yeah. Yeah, he was a punter for the Colts.
Yeah. So he just
I can easily get guess on. I know some famous people. Like, I'm good friends with Michael Vick family and whatnot. I can get people on.
you don't even
That's
need
no problem.
people to be
Just
honest.
let me know.
It's just a matter of
That's how,
being
that's
famous.
how you, that's how you get noticed. That's how you got to get
Got to be consistent. You
you.
got to be seen. You got to put in like high quality content. This is only the beginning, but the reason why I asked it because I like your takes on the NFL because a lot of it's not very far from what some of the people that have played in the league. You've watched the game. Me, I'm just
I played football too,
yeah,
so
yeah,
it
yeah.
makes a big difference.
I'm just a fan. You played football. You have more X and O's than I do. I can talk to my dad because he played football too, and y'all will have more engaging conversations, more in-depth conversations than I would. But I enjoyed talking football with you because it's almost like talking to my dad.
Trying to say I'm an old man.
No, I'm not. What if my dad's like real young for you don't know? But
I am a couple. I
huh?
am a couple years older. I
Yeah,
am a couple years older than you though.
yeah, but not old enough to be my father. I'm 35 years old.
No, but you just compare me to your dad.
Huh?
You just compare me to your
If you
dad
met
though.
my dad, you would probably laugh because you would probably understand why I am the way that I am, or you would see what cloth that I'm cut from. You would probably just smile and be like, yeah, if I were to envision your father, that would be him, and just
Maybe one day we need to invite both our dads on here and have
that would be awesome.
yeah
On Father's Day, we could do something like that, or anytime we could do it. Shoot, it don't take much. Um,
yeah.
Lions play the Eagles.
My my dad probably on here watching it anyway.
But no, I just that's this type of stuff. I don't see why this can't be. This can be a separate show by itself. Down the road, just us breaking down sports, NFL. I love basketball, so we could do basketball if you've been interested in doing basketball, and just make this like a sports show. Break down all the sports. They don't have to be just sports that we, um, actively watch. You can talk about tennis. You don't have to be a tennis aficionado or expert to talk about tennis. Shoot,
We
I
don't
like
talk about no tennis.
tennis is fun to watch. Tennis and soccer is taking me a little bit of time, but
I
I'm
used to play soccer. I like soccer.
okay.
I used to play soccer.
Yeah,
Tennis.
women's,
I only like
women's
the
tennis. I
I
don't
only
like
like the huh?
women's tennis is more fun to watch. Men's or women's tennis. Men's
Of
tennis.
course.
They just like, and I talked to a guy who plays tennis professionally. I can't remember his name, but he plays at Maryland Live. If I see him next time, I'll point him out to you if we're both there. But he even said this. He was like, the men, they just stand in the back of the stretch, try to act like they can hit the ball harder than each other. But the women, they actually move around. They're close to the net, and it's real. It's fun and
And
fun.
his skirts fly up every now and then.
Oh Lord, this is.
Beat that, beat,
Now you
beat that
breaking
out
the
with it.
rules. You breaking the rules today. By the way, I had to change the last episode. Well, I don't say I shouldn't. I didn't have to, but I changed last episode to make it nice safe for kids because I dropped too many swear words last episode. So for this one, let's try to keep this one safe for kids. And then maybe down the road we do like a short episode where we can literally just be like, Dak Prescott, you beep beep beep, or something like that when they don't, perform well for your fantasy team or something.
I don't have no Cowboys. Oh, I do have the Cowboys defense in my fantasy though.
Well, there you go. That's a good one. But let me
I don't
finish.
draft. I don't draft Cowboy players.
CD Lamb would be a good pickup, even though I didn't. I had the opportunity to pick him and I did not pick him. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it was him or
But
who
Diggs.
did I have? Wilson from
Oh
the
yeah,
Jets.
yeah. Hopefully you didn't pick Wilson. He
I
might
did
get.
pick Wilson.
Oh, he might. He scored something, I think, this week. But let me move on because we are already 36 minutes in. I think we only went through 3 games. So Jackson, I think we discussed what he did. Running back for Baltimore, Edwards, he had 10 carries, 62 yards, and a touchdown. Tight end Andrews for Baltimore, 5 receptions, 45 yards, and a touchdown. And Aguilar, wide receiver for Baltimore, he had 5 receptions, 63 yards, and a touchdown. So not too shabby. Like you said, Ravens, they're rolling. Their offense seems like it's churning. Their defense is going to be their defense. They're the Ravens. So we'll see. We discussed this game a little bit earlier. Seahawks came in town and beat the Lions 37-31. Geno Smith, quarterback for Seattle, 32 for 41, 328 yards and 2 touchdowns. Running back for Seattle, Walker the third. He has 17 carries for 43 yards and 2 touchdowns. Tyler Lockett, wide receiver for Seattle, 8 receptions, 59 yards, and they let him in 2 times. I think he probably did something like that last game that we played against them last year, too. Jared Goff, 28 for 35, 323 yards, 3 touchdowns, but then he threw that late pick, and that's pretty much what sealed the game for him. Montgomery, he had 16 carries for 67 yards, a touchdown. Amon St. Brown, wide receiver for Detroit, he had 6 receptions for 102 yards. He didn't get in the end zone, but Josh Reynolds, 5 receptions, 66 yards, and 2 touchdowns. I had him on a parlay with Detroit to win this game money line, and I was so certain that Reynolds was going to pass the yard. It was like 35 yards and Seattle got lit up last game in the air. So I knew this was going to be a lock, and still I put it in the darn parlay with the Lions to win the game. And even though I knew that was a little dicey too, so there was my opportunity to really punish DraftKings, but I didn't do it. So hopefully I'll find another bet like that. I want to try to. I don't really want to mess with any other bets other than Lions games because there's only one game that I'm going to watch every week, and that's going to be Lions games. So I think I should probably do that. Stick to what you know because you probably go heavy on Phillies games, right? Yeah.
Yes.
So I think that's what I'm gonna do, and but not do too much. I'm talking about maybe like $10, $20 on something to maybe win a couple $100. Um, I save my money for the NBA season. That's where I really make my money as far as
You did
sports.
good in NBA.
Yeah, NBA playoffs. I bet the series matchups, and a lot of times the underdogs. I don't know, like Miami 2 years ago. I made a killing because they ran through the Eastern Conference. Um, but moving on, Chargers. Oh Lord, Chargers lost this game, didn't they? Yeah, Chargers lost. I put 27-27. So I'm pretty sure that was not the score. The game was probably still going. I think it was like 31-27, I think it was. And Titans won, right?
Yes, in
Yep.
overtime.
Yep. Um, so Herbert, quarterback for the Chargers, he was 27 for 41, 305 yards and 2 touchdowns. A wide receiver Allen for the Chargers, 8 receptions, 111 yards and 2 touchdowns. He had a game. I didn't think he was going to have any more games like this for the rest of his career. So it was good to see him do that still. Maybe this was because your boy, the running back, was out this week.
Yeah,
I can't think of his name.
Austin Eckler.
Yeah, Eckler.
Austin Eckler. Yeah.
Yep. He was out this week, so they needed him. Um, Tennessee really didn't do too much, though. I didn't really see too much other than Henry. 25 carries, 80 yards, and a touchdown. He did his typical running the ball down your throat. Moving on to the Bears, Buccaneers. Buccaneers won at home 27-17. I'm just going to move along because Chicago was not a good team. We don't need to talk about what they did. But Baker Mayfield, 26 for 34, 317 yards and 1 touchdown. Running back for Tampa Bay, White, he had 17 carries for 73 yards and a touchdown. And Evans, 6 receptions, 171 yards and a touchdown for Mike Evans. All right, Mike Evans had 2 strong games this to start out the year. We see you. Chiefs. I still, even after this win against the Jags, I'm still not impressed by them. But they won 17-9. Patrick Mahomes, quarterback for Kansas City, 29 for 41, 305 yards, 2 touchdowns, and an interception. Moore, wide receiver, he had 3 receptions for 70 yards and a touchdown. Kelsey came back this game, but he only had 4 receptions for 26 yards. He did get into the end zone, though. And Christian Kirk, wide receiver for Jacksonville, he had 11 receptions for 110 yards. Anything that you want to talk about as far as the Chiefs or Jags?
Nope. Everything. I had Kelsey for a touchdown and some yards, and that came through.
Okay.
Kansas City is not looking that impressive. Their defense is impressive though, but their offense is kind of struggling. But they're still winning, almost something like the Eagles.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but the Jags were supposed to win that game. Jags was supposed to be really good this year, and yeah,
Yeah. I thought that was gonna be an
yeah,
upset.
yeah. Jags had the ball in the red zone 5 or 6 times and
Couldn't do it, huh?
couldn't punch in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. Colts 31 at Texans. Richardson, he got knocked out of the game. Do you know what the severity of the injury, or is it concussion?
Concussion. He came. I had him for a touchdown. He came through for me, so I'm
Yeah.
happy about that. Before he
I,
got hurt.
yeah, I saw that, and I thought about you because like he was right. He's anytime touchdown. Yep. Running
Yeah,
back.
2 rushing touchdowns.
Yes, 2 rushing touchdowns. Yes, he was 6 for 10, 56 yards in the air, and then 3 carries for 35 yards and 2 TDs on the ground. Running back
Yeah.
for Indy Moss, 18 carries for 88 yards and a touchdown. Quarterback for the Texans, Stroud, 30 for 47, 384 yards and a touchdown. He had a strong game. Wide receiver Collins for the Texans, 7 receptions, 146 yards and a touchdown. And wide receiver Dell for the Texans, 7 receptions, 72 yards and a touchdown. So they threw the ball through the air, but Colts still was able to win the game, even by losing Richardson. So that was pretty impressive. Um, Richardson, like we just said, should probably be back. Maybe if not next week, the week after that. 49ers, 30-23. They beat the Rams on the road. San Francisco quarterback Purdy, 17 for 25, 206 yards. He also had 3 carries for 5 yards, and he got into the end zone, 1 rushing touchdown. McCaffrey, running back for San Francisco, 20 carries, 116 yards, 1 touchdown, 3 receptions for 19 yards. He is a beast.
I had him on my parlay for anytime touchdown and just any. I did. I thought I had him for like 70, 80 yards. I just had him for a touchdown.
Okay. Debo Samuel, he has wide receiver for San Francisco, 5 carries for 38 yards and a touchdown. He also had 6 receptions for 63 yards, so he was busy. Quarterback for wide receiver for LA, excuse me. I think I heard someone say his last name was Nakua. We talked about him last week too, but he had 15 receptions for 147 yards. So he's really showing out with Cooper Cup not there. Running back for LA, he had 14 carries for 52 yards and a touchdown. He also had 6 receptions for 48 yards and a touchdown. And Stafford, 35 for 55, 307 yards, a touchdown, but he also threw 2 picks. So Stafford back back to his typical ways,
Mhm.
throwing that ball around. What was your takeaway from the 49ers this game?
Oh, that look good. Once again, these 49ers fans on Twitter, we play the 49ers. I can't wait to shut them up.
Oh, that's going to be a major game, big game, big game.
Yeah,
John,
we play, and successfully we play. Coming up, we got Dallas, Jets, 49ers, and Dolphins all in like a 5 week stretch.
yeah, yep. We're gonna talk about my top five rankings, Hugh, as well after we run through all these games. So I'm definitely want to see uh, what you think about the rankings, where I stack everybody. But moving along, Giants 31 at Cardinals. They won 31-28. Jones, quarterback for New York, 26 for 37, 321 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception, and he also had 9 carries for 59 yards and 1 touchdown. Daniel Jones, he had wheels, he be running. Barkley, he got hurt this game, right?
Yeah, it's messed up. I had an end time touchdown. That's another reason I lost my parlay. He then got hurt.
When your knee does that, you don't come back, right?
You talking about Barkley? Barkley
Yeah.
got a sprained ankle.
No, whose knee? What? No, I thought somebody's knee like went indent like the wrong
Tubbs,
way.
Tubbs.
Oh yes, yeah, yeah. Chubbs. Does you come back from that?
Yeah, he had done it in college. He 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 tore his MCL,
No, I'm seeing that this season. This season, not.
ACL. He gonna be going until next year.
Okay, yeah, okay. So it is season end. Oh, okay. Man, ooh, it gives my hands. I can't even close my hands when I think about stuff like that. Or I remember watching. My grandmother used to watch ER on TV, and seeing all that blood and stuff just made me uncomfortable. I couldn't like.
You
Ugh.
just see it happen in person. I seen the dude ankle come through his skin playing a football game. Running back. It was oh my god, it was nasty.
Oh, did he black out?
His ankle just popped. Huh?
Did he black out?
No, you can see like his foot. His foot was like just flopping. Like it was looking crazy,
Oh,
yo.
oh.
Yeah, yeah. He's
Was he
gonna stop playing
screaming?
football.
Like, what was he doing?
No, he was there in pain. What you mean? What you doing?
I mean,
He's in pain.
I mean, someone needs to give me something to knock me out, and I wake up and my stuff is back together. Oh my lord. Oh, moving along. Yeah, I don't want to talk about this anymore.
You see somebody femur pop through their leg, almost die on the field in a football game.
I've seen it on like movies, like horror movies,
No,
but to see that
I
in
seen in
real
a football
life,
game. Yeah, seeing a football game, dude femur pop right through his leg, and they had to rush him to the hospital. He would have died.
oh my lord, that's crazy. All right, but yeah, Barkley injured. We were talking about Chubbs. That's where I got those two confused. Dobbs, we were talking about this earlier. Quarterback for Arizona, 21 for 31, 228 yards passing, 1 passing touchdown. He also had 3 carries for 41 yards and that rushing touchdown, which was amazing. He ran over the defender, standing in front of him, blocking the end zone. I don't suggest he does that anymore, though. James Conner, John Connor, running back for Arizona, 23 carries, 106 yards, and 1 touchdown. He's still out here beasting them. And Brown, wide receiver for Arizona, 6 receptions, 54 yards, and a touchdown. Jets, Cowboys smashed them 30-10. Not much to report here. Wilson, wide receiver for New York, he had 2 receptions for 83 yards and a touchdown. Dak Prescott, quarterback for Dallas, 31 for 38, 255 yards and 2 TDs. Nice game. And CD Lamb, 11 receptions, 143 yards. No touchdowns, though. But easy game. They ran right through the Jets. Commanders 35. They're on the road and beat the Broncos. Broncos scored 33. Quarterback for Washington, Howell, 27 for 39, 299 yards and a touchdown. Robinson Jr., running back for Washington. Were you about to say something?
No.
Okay. Robinson, 18 carries, 87 yards, and 2 touchdowns. He also had 2 receptions for 42 yards. McLaurin, 5 receptions, 54 yards, and a touchdown. Quarterback Wilson, Russell Wilson for Denver, 18 for 32, 308 yards, 3 touchdowns, but he also threw a pick. He also had 6 carries and 56 yards. Mims, wide receiver for Denver, 2 receptions for 113 yards and a touchdown. And also wide receiver for Denver, Johnson, 2 receptions, 66 yards and a touchdown. So Commanders look pretty good, but I don't think they're a real contender. What do you think?
No.
No, I haven't really played anybody that I'm impressed with so far. Dolphins, Patriots, though. Dolphins came in, beat the Patriots 24-17. Tua, let me try this. Tagovailoa. I probably butchered it, but we're going to run with that and said I did it right. He was 21 for 30, 249 yards, passing, 1 touchdown. He also had 1 interception. Running back Mostert, 18 carries, 121 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Even when they're not passing the ball well, looks like they can run it down your throat as well. Waddle, wide receiver for Miami, 4 receptions, 86 yards. Tyreek Hill, 5 receptions for only 40 yards and a touchdown. Patriots were able to keep the receivers in check. Quarterback New England, Mac Jones, 31 for 42, 231 yards. 1 touchdown, 1 interception, but not enough. Stevenson, running back from New England, 15 carries, 50 yards, and a touchdown. And Hunter Henry, tight end for New England, 6 receptions, 52 yards, and a touchdown. What do you think of Dolphins, Miami?
They look like the best team in the league right now. They're
Mm-hmm.
looking good.
Well, their defense not all that impressive, though, right?
Yeah, above average.
Yeah, yeah. So, all right, 2 more games to get into, and then we'll go over the top 5, and then we'll dive into poker that's coming up starting tomorrow at Maryland Live and Sunday at MGM. So Saints 20, Panthers 17. Saints won on the road. Not much to report here. Running back for New Orleans, Jones Jr., 12 carries, 34 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Wide receiver for Carolina, Thielen, 7 receptions, 54 yards, and a touchdown. And round out, Browns 22, Steelers 26. Browns won, even with losing Nick Chubb. But running back for Cleveland, Ford, 16 carries, 106 yards, 3 receptions, 25 yards and a touchdown. Amari Cooper, wide receiver for Cleveland, 7 receptions for 90 yards. And wide receiver for Pittsburgh, Pickens, 4 receptions, 127 yards, and a touchdown. And with that being said, here we go. I'm going to give you my top 5. This is All In Society. Top 5, NFL top 5. Number 1, I have the Cowboys. Number 2, Eagles. Number 3, the Niners. Excuse me, I lied to you. This was last week. So 1, I had the Cowboys, 2, Eagles, 3, Niners, 4, Browns, and 5, Lions. That was after week 1. Now, after week 2, games concluded. I have the Niners, number 1. I have the Dolphins, number 2. I have the Cowboys, number 3. Eagles, number 4. And I have the Ravens, number 5. So I have the Niners moving up to the top spot. They're moving up 2 spots. Dolphins are brand new. They're number 2 now. Cowboys moved down 2. I'm not too impressed with their wins over the Giants and Jets. They're not all that great of teams. Eagles, they moved down 2. They did beat the Patriots on the road, but the Vikings, they're an all right team. But like I said, the whole A.J. Brown thing, that it makes me a little worrisome about them. So I moved them down a little bit. And then the Ravens are new, and I put them at the number 5 spot. So obviously, you're going to say the Philly is definitely not at number 4. Where would you put them?
No, I agree with number four.
Oh, ooh, really? Okay. So you like where the top 5 is then?
Yeah, I will have Niners one, Dolphins. I mean, Niners one, Cowboys two, and
Okay.
Dolphins three.
Okay. Okay.
Now,
Stephen A.
my top five, my top five would be the same, except for just switch some people around.
Okay. All right. Stephen A has the Ravens at 4 and the Eagles is 5. Would you put the Eagles? I don't think the Eagles are at 5.
Either way, I'm okay with it.
Yeah. Okay. All right. It's only week
Four
2,
or
right?
five.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. It's only week 2. But yeah. The Dolphins. If they showed me a little bit better. Uh, if their defense was a little bit better, I'd probably have them at number 1. But 49ers, I think they are well and above the best team in the league.
yeah.
But
49ers and Cowboys are 1-2 either way.
okay. Okay. All right. Um, so let's move on to our last topic of the night, and that's Live's tournament. So I'm going to pull up the structure sheet. So starting tomorrow, they have a $600 buy-in at Maryland Live Casino. It's a 500 guaranteed prize pool. Um, f- Tomorrow's flight starts at 6 o'clock, 6:15 p.m. They have flights Thursday at 11:15 and a night flight at 6:15. Friday, same deal, 11:15 and 6:15 p.m. And then on Saturday, 11:15 a.m. flight. So there's 6 flights total: one, two, three, four, five, and six, A through F. You're going to start with 25,000 starting stack for 25-minute levels on day 1, 40-minute levels on day 2. Late registration is available through 8 levels. I believe off the top of my head, they said they're 515 is going to go towards the prize pool, so I think they're raking 14%. And yes, 14%, and then 12.5% are going to make the money on day 1. So 1 in 8 entries make the money in day 1, so that's 14%. To make it to day 5 is even more difficult than it was to make it to day 2 on that mystery bounty at MGM, their opening series. They're only, for this event, 5% make it to day 2. So for me, I wanted to stop right there. But wait. I'm gonna give you one more thing. The day 1 payouts are $1,300 minimum. So $600 buy
Yeah,
make $700 if you make it till to 14% of the field. What were you saying?
that's the normal.
Yeah. So I'm not mad for just min cashing and making $700 for playing. But I did want to talk about. I'm cool with 14% make the money. I like no, excuse me. 14% is rake. 12.5% make the money. 12.5% make the money. I'm cool with that. That's pretty standard. 5% to make it to day 2, though, I'm not sure that I will. I don't like that. But I understand all the money is going to be on day 2. For me, I'm not playing more than one bullet, and I'm probably playing on Saturday if I'm playing at all. What are you going to do with this tournament? Are you going to play?
Probably not.
Yeah.
Most likely, no. I
Yeah.
haven't played in. I haven't played in the last tournament I played was a tag team at MGM.
Yeah.
I haven't been really playing a lot,
Yeah.
but if but I might play on Sunday the 777. I like how I don't think there's gonna be a lot of people. It's gonna be an easy way to make 8 or 9 grand.
Right. So that was that was my suggestion. And also, I want to talk about this, and we talked about this in the past. I don't know if you and I have, but I did. So if I'm going to play any flight in this tournament, I'm going to play Saturday. I'm not playing
Of
Wednesday.
course.
I'm not playing Wednesday night. It's going to be the smallest field possible. You're going to have to make top 3. You have to win the tournament to make it to day 2. Like, I don't want to have to win 2 tournaments in order to make a significant chunk of money. Um, it's just kind of backwards to me. So for me, I'm not playing
Yeah.
any tournament unless the regular, like I shouldn't. I'm a regular player. I'm not a pro, by any means. But am I better than the typical person that's going to come in here and just like dunk off chips? 100%. And so those players are going to play on Saturday. Maybe a few of them will play Friday night, but I'm not playing Friday night at 6 o'clock in the morning to be up till 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. Not doing it. Not having it. That's the only time I'm doing that. It's the $300, the 30 for 30 tournament that they have. That's the only tournament that I'm playing because it's a great tournament. I love the six max one, but I'll probably play the one that's coming up at the end of this month. Um, but we'll see. So yeah, my strategy, if I was going to play this tournament, I would only play one buy-in, and I'd play on Saturday, and I would get there early, and I would try to take advantage of the people that are going to be there to just like dunk it.
And another reason to play a good advantage of playing when they had a multi-day tournament. Saturday is always the biggest field, and another advantage is it's the best. It's going to be filled where you can get the most chips too. You want to have a nice big stack going into the final day of any tournament.
Right,
So
right. Now I know it's going to be
you
a long, grueling day, and you got to turn around, and then you got to play day two the next morning. I'm trying to see what time they say day two starts on here. I don't know if it.
12:15,
Yep, 11:15.
12:15.
Yep, 11:15. So let's say this tournament starts 11:15. They'll probably play till 1 o'clock in the morning. Then for me, what,
More like two.
two? Yeah, with the breaks and everything. And then
Oh,
for
yeah.
the hour drive home, and then I got to sleep, and then I got to drive back at live and be there before noon. It's just it's a lot. So for me, I just don't think that I won't play this tournament. I know it's if I ran good, right? But historically, only tournaments that I've really done well, 2 day tournaments are like large buy-ins that have good structures.
Me
Or
too. Like the
or
100, like the loud size.
yes, or when I'm at the World Series of Poker circuits. And that's where like if there's just so many fish. So many fish. Here, like when you play the tournaments here, there's a lot of regulars here that are pretty good that's going to be at every one of your tables. At the WSOP, some of these circuits, not so much. Not so much. Um, so for me, and like Stefan's alluded to, I think the play is, especially because Sunday, a lot of the best players are going to be day two of this event. And so Sunday's 40K 777 at MGM is a great tournament. You start with 35,000 starting stack, 30-minute levels. And like I said, if they hit their guaranteed, there's like 9 spots. Or excuse me, if you hit like, yeah, I think it was 61 players hit their guarantee, or 60. There's 9 spots and minimum payouts, basically a profit of $1,000. And you're playing less than 100 players. It's just a lot. It's a better, to me, it's a better experience. Over there, you're not going to get a dinner break, or if you do, it's probably going to be like a 30-minute break. I think
They
this one.
also have they also have the tag team tournament on Sunday too.
This week they have the tag team. Okay,
Yeah, the
okay,
24th.
yeah. I'm definitely not playing. I'm good on the tag team stuff. Unless it's like a big buy-in or something like that, big prize pool. But yeah, so it looks like we both agree if we're gonna play anything, it would be the 777. I know that big prize pool is it's enticing, but 777 would be the way that I would go this weekend if I play tournaments at all. I've already had a pretty good week so far playing cash. I went up to Maryland. I don't play Mondays and Tuesdays. I didn't play any poker today, but yesterday I didn't play Sunday because I went to go watch the game because I have red zone. I don't have the Sunday ticket. So I go up to or to MGM thinking that they have Sunday ticket, right? They didn't even have the Sunday.
Hmm.
All they have is local games. So I just want to like what? Like get it together, man. Like are y'all trying to like find a reason for everybody to go to Maryland Live and just not come back here anymore? So anyways,
Yeah.
but anyways, Yeah, so I left, didn't play any cards on Sunday, so I decided to, because Maryland Live, I told you, they have that high hand hustle in the morning, and it is catching fish out of a barrel. All they're doing is limping around trying to hit high hands with their uh, terrible like ace five. They'll just play it no matter what. No matter if there's like a $15 raise in front of them, they're gonna go see it. And you just got to sit tight, and you don't have to do much. Stefan. I was literally on my laptop the whole time, writing down all the stats and everything for all the games. It made $400. Looking up, I'm like, how did I do this? I mean, this was so easy. I even got aces against aces all in, and the dude almost free rolled me. I had two black aces. He had the red aces, three diamonds on the flop. Oh, come on, man. I was so heated when that flop came out. Like, you're never supposed to get in these spots. Like, why me? Luckily, he only had like $150 in front of him. We got it all in pre-flop. But like, stop! Do not free roll me when we both have aces pre-flop. When we get it all in. That should not be an option. Poker gods, why are you doing this to me? But anyways, yeah. Long story short, I went to go play at Maryland Live. Um, didn't hit a high hand, but made like 370 or so. Came back home, did the podcast, went to MGM, used my comps from there. Went to Tap, had a nice dinner, played some cash there, made a few $100s, and then or a couple $100s, and then head home. So it was an easy day. Cash for the win. Stay away from tournaments. Play cash more.
So,
Everybody should. Everybody should play like one or two tournaments per month. I think that's the
you're
way to go.
tripping.
Huh?
You're tripping.
I can't hear you say. What about tournaments?
You're tripping. I can make more off tournaments in a year than you do cash.
How much money have you made in tournaments this year?
I don't know. I gotta look at my numbers. But
Mm.
last year I made 100,000. Last year I made 100,000.
You don't think people can make $100,000 playing cash? You're just not playing big enough to do it.
Well,
It'd be
you have to
very
play a lot
difficult
more
to win
times. I can,
$100,000 playing 1-3.
no, you can't
You can. You just have to live at the table.
live at the table.
Yes. But
Yeah,
also can you're not thinking about the whole picture. You didn't make $100,000. You made up cash for 100.
profit,
You did not make a hundred
profit. That's
thousand dollar
profit.
profit in tournaments
Yes, I
like
did. I
in
keep
what
track of
tournament?
everything.
In what tournament?
And what tournaments?
In what
I,
tournament? You would have to tell me you had like a 70K score for me to believe that you made a
no,
hundred
you
thousand
don't.
profit in tournaments.
No, no, you don't. No, you
I
don't.
will look up.
You
No, do
can, you
not
can,
make me
you can
look up.
imagine. I have maybe had like 2 or 3 months where I made 10K, 7 or 8K. I did. It just like literally. I literally
Stefan,
have to win a tournament, maybe a tournament too.
I don't trust that you've actually written down every single tournament you played and actually keep a
I
track of
did. I have. I'm gonna show you next time I see you. I'm gonna show you my bankroll app and show you. I keep all numbers.
numbers. Don't lie.
I keep them all. Numbers don't lie. When people say, "Oh, you didn't make this," I put on my app. Like here you go. Like, oh shit. Oh, shit.
So you're
Yeah.
telling me
I
that
got.
if I looked at
I
him
got. I got.
Bob
A, I
right
got. A, I
now,
got an app. I got a app on my phone called Poker Bankroll. Keep track of it. You play cash. You play tournaments. Anything. Any kind of tournament you play. Omaha. Everything.
so if you're telling me if I look up your Hinder Mob right now,
Yeah, I have over 100K.
from
I have 120. I think 119 or something like that.
and that means you've tallied up everything and the amount of money that you've profit or how much, excuse me, amount of tournaments you've played overall, the total amount you played last year, and the amount you've cashed for last year
I have the.
is a hundred
Why are you
thousand
trying to?
dollars.
Why? Why are you trying to act like you saying like I don't know what I'm talking about? I have the numbers in my phone, Claude. I'm gonna show you next time I see you.
Because I don't remember you
It's gonna
having to
say
score
profit. It's
over
gonna say
$50,000. So I don't know how you could
no,
possibly.
nothing. I got all little scores, but it's like month after month after month. It's not. I have no scores over that. No score. I have no big scores like that. My highest score is 6,500.
So how in the world? So if you're not playing any $1,000 bias, you would have to win. Stefan, you understand that? I
I
know
have never
somebody
I only play. I haven't been playing poker that long. You got to remember that too.
what does that have to do with anything when we're talking about what you did last year?
I'm just saying I haven't been playing poker that long. To have I just started playing bigger tournaments last year,
Okay, so what tournament
and
did you play last year that was big and you had you would
just your Sunday tournament I hit was for 6,500. But I got a whole bunch of like 3 or 4 thousand, $5,000 cash, like more like two or three in one month or something like
how
that. It was.
all right, how much did you pay in taxes last year if you profited $100,000 in tournament buy-ins?
All my winnings except for that 165 tournament was under 499, so I was okay with that. I didn't have to pay taxes.
I'm gonna stop this conversation because I'm not gonna try to call. I'm not gonna call you out even further than this. I'm gonna let you
You
dig
can
your
talk
hole.
that
I'm
all
gonna
you
let
want.
you dig your hole as long as
I thought I was told when I first started playing, as long as you keep under the 4,999, you ain't got to pay taxes on it. Was I wrong?
as long as you. It, I understand what you're saying, but what you're telling me is that you have. Do you know how many results you would have to equivalent to $100,000? And I know every tournament that's going on. I watch this stuff
Yeah,
religiously. Your name is not there in the state of Maryland, and I know you haven't gone anywhere else to play.
it's not. Yes, I have. What are you talking about?
Where have you gone? And well, you went to Florida. I remember that.
I've been anywhere from Cleveland all the way to Texas to Florida. I have over. You see this right here? You see this right here? These are all casino cards.
I see that. What I'm telling you, I do not for one moment believe that you made a
I
profit
did. I did.
of
I did good. I did good at
$100,000
Florida.
playing poker tournaments last year.
You say it
Only
again?
person that I know has done that is two people
Have what?
have made from. Well, no, that wasn't. That was there's one person, and that's Justin. I'm
That
no
have made
this
what?
over 100 that probably profited over $100,000 just in tournaments, and by doing it the way that you said you've done it. The only person that has done that is Justin,
Well,
and
I have my
because
numbers
he
to show you.
plays and he lives at the damn at the darn
I used.
poker room.
I was playing. I was playing tournaments like 3, 4 times a week. Sometimes 5 times a week. I was casting at least once or twice a week. Nothing less than first and second.
You lucky Hinder Mob ain't working right now.
Pull up your other cell phone or your laptop. Hit him. I'm not working.
No, it's not working right now. Oh,
You
well,
must. Your phone.
so I'm gonna.
Hit him. I was working for me right now. Oh no, it's not.
I told you. They're probably updating
It's not.
something. Yeah. All right. We're gonna stop. We're gonna stop the comedy portion of this show. We've already been on for an hour so far, so let's wrap it up. Thank you for coming on last. Well, not necessarily last second. I told you we were gonna do it this week, but we were under different terms. We were supposed to do it this week. So thank you for being consistent and coming on doing this with me again for the second week in a row. I sure do appreciate it.
Yes,
Um,
sir.
yeah, hopefully we can we'll meet at a final table or something soon. Um, this weekend, I don't like I said I would like to play, but I don't know if I'm going to play this weekend because I really only want to play one tournament a week. And then next, well, in December, I got that trip to Bahamas for that World Series of Poker series
I thought
there.
you said I was thinking about that, but I talked to a lot of people. A lot of people is going to the win.
Yeah. Well,
The win.
okay, so I'm gonna give you the option. Do you want to go to the Win and play against the best people in the world, or do you want to go to the Bahamas and play up against a bunch of people that just want a vacation and a bunch of
I
people
want to
that
go to the win.
this?
I want to go play the best against the best people in the world.
Have fun. No, thank you. I will go there, and maybe if I were like to satellite in or something, maybe off like an online site or something. I don't know if that's even an option, but that is going to be so difficult. I think it's going to be a great experience, 100%. I would
I,
love to
I, just,
participate.
like, I don't understand how people are saying it's difficult. Like poker is not. You just got to be. You got to have the skill, but you just got to be get lucky at the right time against certain players.
Okay, if you want to live your,
Like,
if you want to live your,
I have. They
look,
have more time. They have more years of playing than me, but my skill is sharp, and I'm. It's like. See, I'm an athlete. I've been playing sports all my life, so y'all be like,
yeah, but here's the thing, you
when
gotta,
when I hear people like, "Oh man, you want to play against some?" I said, "What? This is poker. But it's not like we on a football field. It's really take the. It's no really physical. But I study the same things he study. So and I know the same things he know. It's just about we both have the skill. It's just about getting lucky, and who can catch at the right time.
trust me, the people that are
So
going to that event, you are not studied up like them. You don't, these people have been playing
man,
cards online. Stefan, trust me, just like humble yourself for once. Listen to what I'm saying. You are studying 5% of what these people are studying. These people do this for a living.
I put
This is
over 40. I put it over 40 hours a week studying poker. So I don't know how you talking about what I'm not. They're not studying what I'm saying.
because you're not, number one, you're not talking to anybody who is you'll be able to take your game to the next level. These people have
Yes,
circles.
I do. I talked to Justin. Justin taught me everything I
That's
know.
fine.
I talked to Mike Lerner. I talked to Bob. Bob, I don't think if you know Bob, but I talk to a lot of top people around here on a daily basis. So
I'm being very.
Faza, I don't know if you know Faza. You know Faza?
I don't care who it is. I'm telling you, you're not doing with.
I talk to Scan. I talk to Scanner all the time.
That's fine and all, but
Well, not.
people
I
are not
mean,
the best people in the world. They're just local poker players that are good to have conversations with. I'm telling you, you're not.
and I study
You're
and I study and I study Jonathan Little and Doug Pope uh, poker classes all the time.
not okay.
I just don't let nobody put no fear in my heart. I don't care who it is.
All right.
It's just being an F. Why is it not working?
What's not working?
It's just how
I'm just telling you, these people are on a whole nother level. These people eat, sleep, breathe poker. You have a family. They are younger than you. They are 9 times, 10 times, 100 times more dedicated to the game and learning this game, the ins and outs, mathematically, everything for it.
and still it comes down to the cards.
It doesn't come down to the cards. That's what I'm telling you.
And what I do that they don't study, I study FBI interrogation videos on how to read people. So they don't do that. And my poker reading game is on 10.
That's only
Why is
going.
it not working?
What are you
Huh?
trying? That's only going to get you so far. That's only a portion of the game, small fraction of the game. Reading people.
That's a big when you if you can read somebody, you need to never look at the cards really.
You can read somebody who's going to have a mask on their face.
Well, you talking about these top people, they don't play with masks on their face.
Yeah, and you're not reading those masked people. They're covering their face and they don't have any emotions. They're stoic. They're statue.
But in these big tournaments, they don't play like the top guys you talking about. They don't play with masks on their face.
All right, all right.
You see that number?
What?
See that number?
What does that number have to do with anything? That's the number. The number has nothing to do with how much money you profit. The fact that you just
No,
showed
I'm just letting you know.
I'm just gonna let you off
Because
the hook.
you said I had 50,000. I said what? What?
I didn't say anything about 50,000. I
Yes,
said you need to have
you said last time I
more.
checked, you only had 50,000.
I didn't say I checked. Why would I waste my time look it up and see how many tournament caches you have? That does not benefit me. That is not what I waste my time doing. Look it up and see
But
how many.
that's what you said a little while ago. Check the recording.
No, I said
You
you would
see it.
have to have $50,000 worth of caches at one cache in order to have profit of 100K. Because I
Oh
don't remember you having any huge caches. You can.
no, I haven't had a huge cash.
It's
I
one
haven't
thing
had a huge cash.
to cash
Never.
for $100,000 is one thing, but to profit $100,000 is completely different. For you to profit $100,000, you had to bank a really big tournament, or you were literally been playing poker literally all day, every day online, like traveling the circuits and stuff, and playing tournaments. It's very difficult for anybody to profit 100K just staying around here playing cards, unless they ship at one of these big tournaments like a Potomac Poker Open or something like that. But like I said, it's 120 minutes going in so far. For anybody who watched, thank you for tuning in. We're gonna do this every Tuesday. Go over the NFL, go over sports in general, anything that's happening in pop culture or anything, any important news that's going on, like Apple news or any news in the stock market. We'll talk about the UAW, the negotiations, things like that. Anything that affects us in and outside the poker community, anything relevant. We'll break those things down. We'll discuss those. Make sure you follow me and both of us on our social medias, and then follow the YouTube page, All In Society. You can also just go to YouTube, search All In Society and Friends to find all of the episodes that we'll be releasing every Tuesday at 7 p.m. going forward. We'll have other guests on. Won't be just me and Stefan. We'll have other people on as well in the future. So this is only episode number 4. Be a lot more coming. This is just only the beginning. So thank you for tuning in. Stefan, thank you again for joining, and I'll see you guys next week.
Yes, sir.